This is me, fresh out of Marine Corps boot camp in 2009. I weighed 165 pounds, I'm 6 feet tall. This is me now, 10 years later, at 215 pounds. Here I am at my heaviest, 255 pounds in 2012. I gained 90 pounds of body weight in 3 years. For the next several years, my body weight went up and down, but I found myself right back at 250 pounds in January of this year. I didn't like the way I looked or felt. I mean, did I even lift? So I decided to drop some body weight. If I could go back in time, would I do it all the same? Gain 90 pounds only to drop about 40 of those pounds? Yep, I would. I've been lifting weights for a long time, but I got really serious about barbell training and strongman while I was in the Marine Corps. I was obsessed with it. I wanted to get bigger and stronger, so eating an extraordinary amount of food every day was just part of being all in. Eat, sleep, train. That's all I was about. I didn't care about going out. I didn't care about talking to girls. Didn't care about having a six-pack or being vascular. I just wanted to be big. I noticed that as I gained body weight, my lifts got easier. My maxes went up. And so I became addicted to that cycle. Eat, train, get stronger. Eat, train, get stronger. I also really liked my new identity as a big guy. I've been a skinny guy my whole life, so being big was actually pretty cool. When people couldn't finish their food, they'd give it to me because they knew I'd eat it. And whenever I went somewhere with my family, they'd always make sure that there was food being served because Alan's gotta eat. And it wasn't embarrassing as if people assumed that I wanted to eat because I was obese. I was the big, strongman powerlifter who needed to eat. Yeah, badass. And so when I'm asked if I would have done something differently in these last 10 years, I usually respond, no, I wouldn't have done anything differently. That's not just for my bulking experience, that's for almost all of my past experiences. I made decisions because I thought they were the right decisions at that time. I was doing what I wanted to do and I really enjoyed doing it. That was a long chapter in my life, so yes, I'd like to keep it in my book. Hindsight is always 20/20, but I still learned something from every good decision and every bad decision that I've made. If you talk to me now, I'm gonna tell you to do as I say, not as I do. Aggressively gaining body weight is probably not suggested for the majority of people unless you are extremely underweight. I probably should have taken a smarter approach and said, I want to gain 5 pounds per year for the next 10 years to eventually be 50 pounds heavier. I'm going to focus on my programming to drive progress, not rely solely on weight gain to drive progress. The risk of gaining a lot of body weight begins to outweigh the reward at a certain point. Gaining 90 pounds of body weight, probably 10 inches on my waistline, was not healthy. I'm sure my blood pressure and my blood work was much worse here than it was here. Powerlifters will often assume, well, because I go to the gym and lift weights, I can't be unhealthy. We hide our poor health behind the gym, or even our numbers. I squat 405, I'm strong. Strong is healthy. I'm not gonna stay on this soapbox for long, I'm just sharing with you my revelation. I knew I couldn't maintain 250 pounds body weight for the rest of my life. I was eating a ton of food to maintain that weight. Those old 10,000 calorie and 8,000 calorie per day videos were not a joke. And at the beginning of this year, I finally admitted to myself that I can't keep doing this and I need to shed some pounds. The longer this weight hangs around, the harder it's gonna be to get rid of. So I dropped 40 pounds for 2 reasons. Number 1, I knew that I would be healthier if I did. And number 2, I knew this would make a cool YouTube video thumbnail. I realized that not everyone is in the gym because they're trying to be healthy. As odd as that sounds, it's the truth. Some people are in the gym for sport. They're just chasing a powerlifting total. Or they want their Strongman Pro card, they want to go to nationals. And in that case, the risk of being possibly unhealthy does not outweigh the reward of getting an elite total or earning a pro Strongman card. So in that situation, I get it, and this video doesn't really apply to that person. But for the majority of us, gaining body weight because you want to increase your bench press from 265 pounds to 285 pounds just doesn't seem worth it. Putting 30 pounds on your waistline for 30 pounds on your squat, worth it? Trying to aggressively gain body weight just so you can milk another couple of weeks on your linear progression. Worth it? Most of us have a lot of untapped potential at our current body weight, or even less than your current body weight if you're wanting to shed some lbs. So with that in mind, it should be reassuring to know that with good programming, consistency, a tough will, and a strong desire, we probably have a lot of room to progress without needing to overeat or gain a whole bunch of body weight. If you are wanting to pack on a substantial amount of muscle mass, it would be irresponsible of me to tell you to pack on 90 pounds as fast as you can. Instead, a small calorie surplus over the next 10 years seems like a better option. The last thing I'll say is that everyone's weight loss experience is different. I'll admit it was easy for me to drop almost 40 pounds. I stopped snacking between meals, I stopped eating dessert, I rarely ever ate out, and I stopped eating seconds, one plate and done. I never really struggled to adhere to this, and the weight steadily came off pretty easily. I understand that losing 40 pounds might not be as easy for you. You might have been overweight your entire life, and changing your behaviors, your habits, and your narratives might not come natural. I was also probably completely healthy when I decided to put on 90 pounds of body weight. If you do have some health conditions, known or unknown, you probably shouldn't put on 90 pounds of body weight in 3 years. So, telling you that in order to put on 50 pounds of lean body mass, you need to gain 90 pounds and then cut 40 pounds is irresponsible to me. So I would not suggest aggressively bulking with the forethought that I'll just cut this weight whenever I want to, because it might not happen like that. Thanks for watching, and always remember, tread on time.